Hello guys, it's Anime What Media, and today we're gonna be doing what if Kazuma had a teacher to train him back when he's inside the Isekai world. Now let's talk before I actually start the what if. Now I'm gonna say that I didn't really do that much what ifs over the weekdays and weekends, because I was busy doing work. I had to catch up. Spring break is gonna happen soon, so I had to make sure all my grades are up. And I'm gonna continue Argonaut like later on. But alright, let's go. Now, how this is gonna work is, this is around a time where Kazuma died for the first time against that Yeti, I think. No, second time, because he died to get reincarnated there. He died for the second time and died for the second time, and a risk saying that he kind of forgot his purpose of being there to defeat the Demon King. Like, honestly. And she says he's gonna give him a boon. And then he goes to the God Council, and they talk. Like, she knows that he's gonna be the one to actually defeat the Demon King. She just has a feeling. And they say, alright, we'll allow it. So, after the Yeti incident, like Kazuma dying for the second time, something happens. He is thinking like, I complain about how my teammates are useless, but have I done something to improve my stats so I could change my class? Like, have I even tried to help my teammates become useful? Like, this is like, I'm trying to be a NEET in this place where I'm supposed to, like, defeat the Demon King and basically save this place, like. And I died for a second time. Sure, Aqua had resurrection, it's just that knowing that I died for a second time because I was lazy and procrastinating and not actually trying to get strong and defeat the Demon King actually changed Kazuma. And Cosmo was like, I had to train, I had to be better. Once I'm better, I'll help my friends train so they could get better, so we could defeat the Demon King. So he's going to find a place to train. He goes to the woods near his mansion. He goes to the woods near his mansion, and then he sees a guy. Kirito is gonna be aged up into like his 30s. He sees a guy around his 30s. He has black hair and blue eyes. Black hair and dark blue hair and dark blue eyes. And he wears his SAO outfit. Kazuma is gonna be wearing the Actualization outfit later on, but let's yes. And the person with dark blue hair says, "My name is Kirito, and I'm from Japan. I was sent here to train you. After you died again, I risked all that and told the Council of Gods and basically had me to train you to become stronger. You can see I'm a gamer from SAO, and I actually trained my body so I could actually do the skills that I learned from SAO and other sword games, and now I'm gonna teach you how to wield the sword." And Kazuma thinking, like, honestly, this is what he needed. So him and Kirito start training together. And he's actually starting to learn how to swing a sword He's learning how to swing a sword with with like, with a wooden sword, and also doing physical conditioning, so he can actually properly do the style that Kirito does. And Kirito tells him like some types of food that he can eat, so he could build the proper muscles for it. And Kirito already been through his training, should know like how to gain gains faster. So Kazuma's been training, and the girls in his party, Megamem, Aqua, and Darkness, seeing that he's trained, like, what is he doing? Like, he still does his daily missions, daily guild requests, and he does them. And whilst Kirito's training him, he's also training him how to become a better person, being more tactical when it comes to team plays, because an SAO, you need to work with teams. Even though Kirito was a solo, he learned to act or work with a team. And honestly, Cosmo ends up changing for it better. And around the people in the place of Axel, they start to see the changes of Cosmo. Like, he stopped acting perverted. He actually is getting better. Like, they're doing more missions now because he's stronger. He knows how to coordinate with other people. And once he's done with conditioning, Kirito is using his SAO swords while he gives his actualization swords to Kazuma, and Kazuma starts learning how to use it, especially Agio or Egio sword, the ice sword, like I like to call it, the ice rose sword. He learns how it's able to produce ice, and learns about the black sword too. And during this time, Kazuma's eye color starts to turn golden. Do you know how like Kirito goes to like game mode? Like when he goes to like OP game mode, his eyes turn golden. It's similar to that. Like whenever Kazuma is serious, his eyes turn golden. But so once he's training with Kirito, he always is serious because he can't defeat Kirito. He knows that, so he always goes serious. And Kirito's saying that Kazuma is starting to gain the gamer eyes that I like to call them, the golden eyes, like the gamer eyes. And during this time, Kazuma's strength, intelligence, dexterity, and agility went up miraculously. He'd been learning skills of the SAO skills. And then, what's it called? He also learned some magic that he saw viewing other people use their magic, and he learned some of their basic magics. And then he finally learned everything from Kirito. Now he learned everything from Kirito. Kirito disappears, but he gives him the drip from actualization. You know, the drip that I'm talking about. And he gets his sheeps and all that. And Kazuma the next day wakes up. He wears the drip. He wears the swords. And once Megamon sees a new sword, she's about to name it. And he's like, hey, they already have a name. No. This light blue one is called Blue Rose. And this dark one is called the Executioner, which I'm gonna name it. I forgot the dark blue one, honestly. And she was like, oh, they already have names. Anyways, he goes to Luna to see if he could change his class. And she's like, it's about time he tried to change it. So he puts his hand over the orb, and he goes check to see what class he could apply for now. And he saw this one class. Luna says that, wow, you improved so much that you could have almost any class that you want now. And the whole guild or tavern are hearing this, like Kazuma finally getting out of the adventures place. Then he sees one called Magic Swordsman. They use swords and magical abilities, and he says, alright, okay, I'll choose that. He chooses Magical Swordsman. And that's one of those advanced positions. So after choosing Magical Swordsman, he gained like a little bit stat boost on his magic a bit, or mana pool. So he has enough mana. And he sees his skill points, he's gonna use it for some spells. He sees one called Ice Mirrors, and it's similar to Haku's Ice Mirrors, alright? Then he sees one, it's a water dragon one. Then he sees one useful one, lightning armor. He cloaks his body in lightning and basically enhances speed, strength, and everything. And he decides to learn that magic as well. He says he's gonna wait, keep the rest of his skill points and use it for later. So now he's basically with his party, and he tells them like, hey, I trained, became better, improved my flaws. Why don't you guys do the same so we could be a better team and also be able to have enough strength to defeat the Demon Lord? And the team were like, what do you mean we don't have no flaws? We have no flaws. And Kazuma starts listing out things that they need to work on. Like for Mega Man, like, I get that you like explosions, but it leaves you useless in the battlefield. If we're trying to fight the Demon King, you using one spell and being basically knocked out, it's kind of bad. And she's like, but I love explosions. He said, and Cosmo said, like I never said that you can't use explosion, but learn something else. If you don't want one explosion, learn how to strengthen your mana pool so you can actually use the explosion and use more of them at the same day without knocking yourself out. Then he goes to darkness, like, darkness, you have to learn how to use a sword. It's not that hard. Even I learned how to use a sword, both of these swords, easily, and this was over the span of 4 weeks. You could learn how to wield a sword and get better accuracy, and actually learn how to hit things. She says no, a crusader has to shield people, and she goes into her tendencies. I'm not gonna explain what she does. You guys should already know. Now for Aqua, like, sure, she has some good buffs, healing. It's just that she doesn't know how to, like, use them properly, so basically he's gonna help her with team strategy and basically help her know when to use her buffs and stuff. And basically, they're on the fence, like, they don't want to admit their weaknesses. And he says, hey, I'm giving you a week to decide. If you guys choose not to, I'm gonna leave the party because that big mission that we had against the Yeti opened my eyes. If you guys decide to actually change and for the better, I'll help you guys. He basically gives them the ultimatum, like, change, I'll help you, we become better, we defeat the Demon King. Don't change, I leave, find new party mates, train with them, and we defeat the Demon King. No matter what, the Demon King's still the end goal, it's just that he's no longer procrastinating. He actually wants to defeat the Demon King. So, basically, this man, my man's kazuma, during the week, he be going on high-end missions in beginner town. Axel is the beginner town. So he be doing high-end missions and be finishing in days. And they're like, bro, if he could have did this by himself in days, like why was he procrastinating so much? But they say, like, whatever, he stopped procrastinating, he's getting stronger. So, basically, a week has passed, he gained a lot of money. Like, he gained a lot of money to get Aqua out of debt. But he ain't gonna pay out the debt yet. He's gonna, if either she refuses or agrees, he's still gonna pay out the debt, but, like, he's gonna wait for the answers. So he goes to his party mates and he tells them, like, so your answers, and well, honestly, she been reflecting so much, and he sees how Cosmo changed from the neat he is to an actual better person. So she says, alright, she's gonna change for the better. But Darkness and Megaman, yeah, it didn't go so well for them. But anyways, he basically says, alright, so it seems like we're split in half. I'm gonna be training Aqua and helping her. If during the time that we're training in beginner in this place, if you guys change your mind, we're always with open arms. But after that, he basically left the mansion. He paid for Aqua depths, and Aqua is grateful. He starts training Aqua in team strategy. And also something else, like a side weapon, in case if she has to go down and dirty, she has something. And she has like twin daggers as like a side weapon in case if she has no distance, so to make distant, she has side daggers, no arrows. She uses a bow and arrows as like a side weapon, and he starts training her how to be like a better strategist and know when to do debuffs and know how to like do some support with the arrows. And during this time, Darkness and Magnum still hadn't changed their mind, so they're like, alright. They go to him and Aqua go to the guild, and they be like, yo, we're heading up to the next city, High City. We're gonna finally leave and start trying to defeat the Demon King. And the guild is like happy for them because Cosmo is no longer procrastinating, and they're actually getting strong. But kind of sad that he's leaving. But they're confused why Magnum and Darkness isn't. But then he explained the situation, and the rest of the adventurers, I'm just gonna say adventurers, even though they had different classes. I kind of agree, like, they did have some flaws. Good deck. Like, those two decided to, like, basically improve themselves. So they basically head out. Baggerman and Darkness did not know about them, like, basically heading out. And they knew that he was gonna leave, but not like today. So they head up to the next city, like, the city that most people go to after like, the beginner city. It's just a random city. They start gaining money and do missions, gain recognition over there. As Kazuma has the alias, the Black Swordsman. And Aqua as basically a godlike being. Even though she's like a goddess, she knows she's a good strategist and also knows how to use bow and arrows, dead shot accuracy, and knows how to do good support. They be gaining strength and basically improving. Then Chris comes and during the middle place, he's like, "Yo, you guys finally came to the middle, basically the middle area." And he's like, "Yeah, me and Aqua did because we decided to stop procrastinating and actually start trying to help." She's like, "You and Aqua, what about Magnum and Darkness?" And he basically explains the situation. It's like, oh, well, that's kind of sad. But I want to do this as a one shot, but if I do make this as one shot, don't get mad at me, honestly. So he goes to like the middle of town. It's basically the mid difficulty, and him and Aqua and Chris, because Chris decided to join their party and basically start fighting. Then Union, I think she's the other Crimson Demon. Yeah, she ends up joining them. Like, they have two frontline attackers as Kazuma and Chris as Vanguard, basically two frontline attackers. Whilst there's two types of support, the debuffs and long debuffs and everything, basically enhancing them, and long range support as well with magic attacks. During this time, they found a Demon King general and basically destroyed them, and their name goes back to Axel, and they hear, and Mega Man Darkness here is like, they defeated Demon King, basically. A Demon King general, like, just 4 people. Those 4, and they barely tried because they actually know good teamwork, good team formations and everything. And like, they're starting to regret their actions, start to actually try to be better. Alright, they get out their funk and start to actually try to become better. And basically, once they're in the mid place, they're starting to get to like mid-tier levels in the mid city. And they're starting to get stronger and everything. Then Mitsurugi, I think that's what his name is, the one with the sword Graham. Yeah, he hears about Kazuma and Aqua basically got better, and he hears about how Kazuma became his alias, the Black Swordsman, similar to Kirito from the anime that he watched. he comes from an alternate version of Japan where Sword Art Online is a thing. And he sees the outfit that Kazuma's wearing, like, Kazuma, that's Kirito's outfit from Sword Art Online. And I'm like, wait, you know Master Kirito? He's like, Master Kirito? And he's like, yeah, Kirito. He was my teacher near the time where I died the second time. Yeah, the gods basically said, hey, you train him, and basically, yeah. And Mitsurugi saying this, like, he got trained by Kirito, the Black Swordsman, and he got the drip too, bro. He decides to, hey, like, can I learn some swordsmanship from you? And they kind of become buddies, alright? So, basically, he starts training Mitsurugi in swordsmanship, like better swordsmanship. During this time, Mitsurugi's personality became a bit better. But I think that his swordsmanship became so much better now. But anyways, he and his group goes back to, like, the front lines of the attackers. After some time, they basically, him and his party, Kazuma and his party basically go to, like, the high-end missions for the mid-tier city, and they start getting stronger. And even the high-tier missions, like defeating dragons, and there's this one legendary dragon that it was too hard to defeat. Only the prettiest hero of this world was able to defeat it. And basically Cosmo would be like, hey, alright, I'll do it. And he goes to his friend and be like, yo, we're gonna defeat that dragon. And they're like, really? Like, they say, alright. And they go up to that dragon and be like, and Cosmo be like, yo, we gonna defeat you. And the dragon could talk to me like, you puny humans, you think you could defeat me? And basically they be using teamwork, collaborations, and Cosmo just be starting to try his best. Like, he uses starburst strength, and that actually damages the dragon a lot, but it's still not down yet. So he uses Aegis sword and Kirito sword together and creates a big magical energy wave, and basically send ice and dark magic at the dragon, and it's still not working. So him and his party decide to send a whole magical power, send it to Kazuma, and he does like a final slash, and that defeats the dragon. They take the dragon carcasses back, and them seeing the dragon like dead was like, bro. And during this time, like, Cosmo's swords kind of like got chipped a little bit, but then he saw the teeth of the dragon, like, hey, I can basically repair these swords and use some of the dragon teeth, like, to meld it and make new swords. But they still have the same properties, just stronger, sharper, a more bleeding effect, if you guys know what I mean. And they're blood cleaned type of blades. So basically those blades, in contact with blood, they get sharper and basically don't get damaged by it. Like, they don't get stained by blood. They just basically become sharper. And soon they actually go to a high tier village that's near to the front lines. And they go to the high tier village. And they're like, we do some little missions, then we go to a vacation back in Axel, meet everybody. And basically, they're saying, alright, they go do some low tier missions. That's basically helping the frontliners do some battling against like some of the small fries of the Demon King's army. After doing that, they head back to Axel, being like, yo, we're back. We're here for vacation. And everybody in the guild be like, Kazuma. Like, they're chanting his name, even Aqua's name, like, they're saying, Aqua. Basically, hyping them up, like, they came back, they're strong, like, everything. And then Kazuma and Aqua start talking about their adventures to everyone in the guild. Darkness and Megami hear that they're back, come and basically greet them. And basically, once they see them, like, they kind of apologize, like how they were being stubborn and not actually trying to basically improve themselves. But, Kazuma would be like, it's alright, we cool, we Gucci. And basically, Darkness asks to spar, Kazuma, and Kazuma would be like, alright, we'll spar. And they start sparring, and basically, honestly, no cap, Kazuma defeats Darkness, and Darkness be like, my swordsmanship basically got better, like, honestly. And he says, yeah, but my swordsmanship is the best on the land. He's like, hey, can you train me? And he's like, alright. He'll train him. And I'm gonna leave that off for now. Might make a part 2, or this might be a one-shot, but we'll never know. See you guys later. Bye.